This meeting is being recorded.
Y'all be really wilding on Twitter. I just saw what they just said, 5015 becoming the new arena theater.
I guess that's
I mean,
they got, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I don't see the problem. Like, I get the joke, but it's also like, dog, that's the performance. You know, like, you want to see artists that I feel like in hip hop is the only place, hip hop and R&B, where they'd be like, oh, such and such is too old to listen to. And I'd be like, I wouldn't say black people because you don't get that in the blues. You don't get that in jazz. You don't get that in, like, with other art forms, age usually leads to progression. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, yo, Carlos Santana needs to stop dropping music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So you should expect, and I would expect it with something like hip hop, where we're talking about putting together words. I would expect as the years go by and the more experience you get, the better you probably gonna get at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, so I'll talk about the word parts. Now, look, there's nothing to get along with the fact that there's no getting around the fact that as you get older, you're going to lose touch with the younger audience. You're not going to be
pop culture.
Yeah, culture. You're not going to be clicking in with the pop culture like it is. But there does need to be a lane for people that are like, yo, this isn't necessarily cutting edge pop culture. This is just, and I don't want to call it smooth jazz. I don't want to call it contemporary rap. I just want to be like, yo, it's rap. I'm gonna say something that a lot of people do. I'll be honest with you. Hey, dog, Griselda making contemporary rap, and I love it. The little kids ain't like, yo, I like put on that West Side Gun.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah,
I am. I'm like, yo, put that.
Pusha T as well, because I'm sorry.
The kids ain't like, yo. That's why there was like that difference when the kids was like, dog, Drake got any kid I was talking to, it was like literally an age gap. Who won between Drake and Pusha T? If you said Drake most of the time, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, you were younger. If you said Pusha T, you were older.
Yeah,
I think both sides was right. I was definitely like, yo, Pusha T got it. I'm sorry. The Drake, anybody argue with us younger was like, nah, man, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. And I was like, you're right. They not trying to hear that, and they don't have to.
That's true, man.
That's just how it works.
Like,
that is how it goes.
That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes.
That is how it goes for the most part. Like you say, you know, you do. Sometimes you lose touch, and you know, I agree with you because there's rappers that. I mean, we got to listen to a lot of rappers just cause, but like,
and you know what? I don't even want to say lose touch. I want because at a certain point, you shouldn't maintain touch.
No, that's the thing.
At a certain point, it's like, God, I don't want to hear. I like when we talk about artists.
You know where I'm going with this.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, everybody else I've heard, but once again, I'll say it again. KRS-One, stop, bro.
Okay.
Stop.
Right.
You proved your point. It is like it is literally a book I don't want to read. If KRS-One has another song about the origin of hip hop, I'm going to scream.
I swear to God,
I would say this.
To school you for life. Boy.
I will say this.
About your forefathers, you know.
You see, hip hop. It was born in the I'm like, all right.
I said, I know it was. I was like, y'all accomplished it when y'all said hip hop started out in the park. We got it. we understand. But you know, hey man, look. I used to be like, yeah, they need to stop. But then on the other flip side is, man, maybe not, because you see people arguing. Hip hop, I think, is we talking about 1980s, so we're in the 40th year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people really recognize like it don't take long to change over. Like there used to be a point when there were like no white rappers, like none, and then there was some
Eminem,
and then they went away because we was making jokes. Vanilla Ice killed them.
Oh yeah. Vanilla Ice.
Then Eminem came out and built them up, and now we're getting to the point where you're allowed to have mediocre other rappers. Like, I'm not just talking about like why I'm talking about all time. You don't have to necessarily be good. You have to be and with black art comes this idea that once everybody's allowed to do it, then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh well, we was all here from the start, and y'all can't gatekeep, and this ain't really black music, and then you turn around and the next thing you know, it's jazz, it's the blues, it's rock and roll.
I agree with you.
Country. So there is something to be said about some of these guys that are like, dog, I'm gonna tell you every day, every time I drop a song, hip hop started out in the park. I'm gonna make fun of it, but I do appreciate that they still do it.
That makes sense because I watch a lot of YouTubers, right? There's one YouTuber I particularly watch. He has commentary videos, and actually a lot of them that are other. And then at the end of their video, it'd be the most mediocre rap song you've ever heard with A and B selection. This dude said, what did he say? I've heard the song so many times. He said, I care for my pack like I'm Wolverine. That line pisses me off completely.
It's a lot of Venom soundtracks being made right now. And so I was saying, and I'm sorry, but that's my thing where I was like, the Venom soundtrack is wild to me because I was like, I was here when Diddy did Come With Me for the Godzilla soundtrack.
I was here for that
and we laughed. We was like, dog, you've lost your mind, Diddy. Like, you are tripping. And that was cool. We was like, yo, you need to come back and do something else. And he came back. You said what now?
I said, people are saying I'm tripping. I feel like the song he made for Biggie Passing is cheesy as fuck.
Exactly.
Every step I take.
Out of all the songs you wanted to dedicate to Big, that's what you.
I'll be watching you.
So we seen that, but like I don't feel that pushback with Venom. Like people with Venom, I was like, dog, this is horrible. But it is what it is. Like it's like it gets to a point where I was like, dog, you're not really making viable music. You just exist. And
Eminem fans are the worst. There's this one dude that I follow. He was like, why did everybody turn on Eminem? And I was in the comments like, because he sucks now. Like he used to be good. He had 3 good albums and then that stinks. And now all you do, the non-listening rap fans, listen to Eminem, and that's the only guy you listen to Metallica and Eminem. I'm not listening to you. Like, I don't care about your opinion. My brother's smart. He's going to be like, I should care about your... Nah, nigga.
No. I'm not even going to say it like that. When I say the not caring about the opinions thing, is like, I just feel like when we jump into other genre, like case in point, because we were talking about it the last episode, Drake and Beyonce have dropped that they're delving into house music, particularly Drake, where he's like, he dropped that. No Drake fans have come forward and been like, I'm an expert on house music now. Nobody's out there like, oh, when I see house music, people go, hey, dog, that's trash. I'll be like, hey, dog, I don't really, this sound like stuff that play in the Gap. I don't know that form of music.
That's the point, though. That's the more the reason why, you know what I'm saying, the Drakes and people like that are pushing the genre so they can make that type of music.
Exactly.
But as a Drake fan, hell nah, I ain't finna be sitting up here listening to a Drake album like that right now, nigga.
I am not listening to Massive, and that's the song that they're going to push.
Hey, look, I will say this every time Drake drop an album consistently since I would say about the second album. I told you when I texted you. I said Drake dropped a level of music. I said it's stuff that kind of play in the background. Somebody was saying like I saw on TikTok today, Drake is making like sync licensed music. I said that's it. He's like, this is stuff that's going. Y'all can hate it, but guess what? It's going to be in every television show. It's going to be in the background of movies. It's going to be on commercials because at the end of the day, there are certain artists, and I think Drake is one of them, that says, you know what? I'm making music to sell music. At the end of the day, like I think Drake has these huge flashes of creativity, these huge flashes of innovation, but then it's all wrapped up in I am also Drake, and this is a movement, and this is a business, and at the end of the day, I'm going to do what makes the registers jing. Like if the register bling, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for.
That's what he talking about. The best tweet I seen though, somebody said Drake album sound posthumous. I thought that was funny.
Man, introduce. You know what? Never mind. Let's introduce the first guest so we can go.
Well, hold on. Let me do the thing because we talk about black music.
You're
because
right.
You know one thing about us is black and ugly as ever. I stay used to down to my socks. So no. Oh no, it's them again. It's some boys from In My Humble Opinion. Actually, you're really happy to see us because you're here. You're following. You're listening. You're on YouTube. You're on a digital service provider, whatever. You're here with In My Humble Opinion podcast, and we appreciate you because it's me. I'm the Avery, THEE_AVERI on all socials. And I'm also Vince McMahon's. I'll be forgetting that sometimes. I'm Vince McMahon's. I meme your artists. They're usually my memes. If you see some Houston artists, it's me. You'll see the tag right there, Vince McMahon's. And my brother, Just Devon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beard.
Beautiful. It is. Hey, Biden.
I just said I wasn't even talking about nothing.
No, it's black. It just looks better. It looks better. Is it dyed? Yes, because I'm old. And somebody gave me some dye and was like, hey, dog, get that patch out the side of your head. Yeah, I was like, all right, I did it. And then I was like,
that friend of yours has helped you out immensely.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Immensely. Like every time I see you dress a certain way, I'll be like, such and such. You'd be like, I'm like,
pretty much.
That needs to be your stylist.
Boys got that lady friend in their life.
Good thing.
It works.
Good things coming for In My Humble Opinion podcast. And our next guest, all right, he knows what it's like to have good things, all right? You know, we talked about earlier in the rap sphere. This is back in the day when rappers rapped, singers sang, and that was it. I mean, nothing more, nothing less. The sold CDs, toured, and sometimes maybe did a movie, you know? But our next guest, he proves multiple streams of income are so important in the dub deuce. All right, with his clothing lines, he does PR work, movies, streaming multiple songs, CEO of CWCMFX Agency. He's an artist and a media conglomerate all on his own. Straight out of Greens Point. It's gotta be Cain. Ace McCain, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, Big Cain, this motherfucker, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. Like, I know, y'all could have done anything today. I had any artists on your platform, so we're gonna stay humble and hungry and just know, artists, if you need a connection in the source, you gotta tap into it.
Hey, you know what? That's one of the things that we met out at. It was one of Happy Boots and Big Cuz's event. Actually, we was at Black Ink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Ink, where we had that, and we had a press conference there. But we wound up talking about music industry, but particularly the business side of things. Really, all the stuff that ain't flashy, all the behind the scenes stuff, all the stuff that people say they want to get into, and then when you hop into the music business, then you're like, oh, I like this other stuff is the work. Talk about, I guess initially, what got you into music?
Honestly, really, like, I just wanted to get my story and, what I saw growing up and, where I come from, the places you speak of, or, where me and my peers came up from. Like, I feel like it'd be a lot of people that rap about it, but they'll actually just come up from what they be rapping about. It just sound good. So it's like, you actually get something that's authentic, that's actually from there. Of course, you have to embrace it in some type of way. That's organic, But music, man. I just do it because it's something I love, man. Like, I've been around this since a kid. And, you know, so I happen to be God gifted to not have to, you know, be able to just have to pen everything. So I just be trying to use my God given talents for whatever I can to bless not only me, but, you know, as many people as I can. Because you don't get, you know, blessings by just, you know, being ungrateful. You get blessings by blessing others.
And I guess speak on that too, because it's not just you. Like even when we met you outside, you didn't initially introduce yourself as an artist, but you talked about working a label and you talked about pushing other people on the team.
Mm.
So why has that been so important? Like pushing other people and building up a group as opposed to just, hey, let it just be me.
Because niggas gotta start thinking about the team. It's not just always about just one player. Like you gotta push the whole unit. And if everybody not moving as one, if it's a weak link inside that link, then everything gonna fumble and crash. So you just gotta be on some like-minded individuals and like-minded things. Like being a team, the game, we speak on this every day. Like you just gotta, you know, pretty much stay focused and you know hungry for it. You know what I'm saying? What we mean by that is like I think it ain't just somebody else that want to do what you want to do every day. You gotta like this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much real as I can be about that.
That's good. That's good.
This meeting is being recorded.
So when you are looking back, like when you first got started out, at what age were you like, all right, I think I have this talent for music and this is something that I want to do as a career?
I'll say when I, I say when I used to be in Atlanta, growing up, we used to have the talent shows all the time in the high schools. You know, like everybody doing life, and I pretty much placed second, you know, off of just, you know, freestyling and stuff. You know, I ain't have no song and nothing like that. It really was some last minute stuff. But just to see, you know, the reaction I could get and, you know, the type of influence I could have, that's pretty much what kick started everything and forced me to start taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Then at that time, I had got my first distribution deal with Universal with the people that we was working with. You know what I'm saying? I had this deal when I was in high school. So I'm 16 going to school, probably like 6 in the morning. I'm just coming from the studio probably 4 that morning. You feel me? Just recording. And then right when I get out of school, I might go to the crib and do the same thing all over again. So my high school life wasn't just really normal. Like everything I ever done, like it's surrounded by music in some type of way.
And that's kind of what we wanted to talk to you about as well, because you had the business sense around. Like, what was it like having a distribution deal at such a young age, and being in the industry at such a young age? What are some of the things you learned in terms of like where the company you were signed with was not a small company? You know, a lot of people when they're getting into this are just now getting exposed. So you were already exposed at a young age. What are some of those things you learned about running a company and running a business in this industry?
Honestly, these niggas broke. It like just to be honest, like it be smoking mirrors and this shit.
Yeah.
Like I honestly just being completely 100 about it. I mean, and I'm not talking about like just on some flexing type of stuff. Like a lot of these rappers, like we be meeting and stuff, they don't really be just, you know what I'm saying, what they be rapping about and shit. Like so it's just like I don't be understanding. Like, and then when they be dropping music and shit, like a lot of these people just be feeling like this shit is gonna happen overnight. Like, nah, you gotta take your time and steps with this. Like, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I became an A&R and stuff. Like, I was learning from the lessons I was taking on the back end, just, you know, trying to, you know, take the right gambles or the right steps that I think I should have took, you know, with me doing things as an artist and stuff like that. And what I learned from those certain things helped me to help other artists in that type of way and spectrum. So everything, you know, pretty much from that, everything that was a curse, you know, came to, you know, full tuition in the end, you know what I'm saying, like a boomerang effect. So pretty much it all made sense.
Okay. So when you're looking at artists now, well, actually, I mean, you know what? There's always a question I like to ask from MCs that come from the North Side, mainly because people do not understand from outside of Houston how massive Houston is.
Oh yeah,
It's a very, very, very large city. So
an hour away.
sometimes, one of my biggest critiques, at least of everything, is the North Side does not get the media shine it should get. Like a lot of times they have this. So what is it like? Uh, like one, what brought you from Atlanta to Houston, and then two, being on the North Side, building up your brand out there. What is it like building that up?
I mean, honestly, man, like every day is just a blessing in disguise. Like the good, the bad, the ugly. Like you gotta take everything as a learning lesson and experience, just depending on how you come with everything. Honestly, right now, man, it's a lot of stuff like that's getting worked on and the works are, just when it comes to fruition. But being from the north side versus an artist being from the south side, like the influences, the cadences, the deliveries, the type of songs, the way the songs are did, like everything different. Like and to me, I don't even feel like I personally just sound like a Houston artist. Like I feel like I may have like certain influences in my music, but it's just like I don't feel like I even sound like nobody at this point. Like, and I think that's just what makes me unique, like, are unique in my own way. But I also feel like Southside got their own type of wave and sauce, like everybody said. I feel like everybody got their own cadence, even artists on the north. Like if you go to certain parts, you might go to Tidwell, or you might go to the Greens Point, or you might go to the Fifth Ward, or instead really go see different types and different forms of styles and artists depending on where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Then you might go to A Leaf or you might go to South Park and different places on the south side and you get different cadences and styles from artists and different cadences to artists. So it just really depended, you know. Like I can't really tell you what the difference is, but I just say everybody have their own unique thing depending on what hood or where you're from in the city. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. How do you feel now, working in this industry and starting out at such a young age, and then you're in a city now that is building out its industry, and you also, coming from Atlanta and seeing, how Atlanta is now. What are your feelings about the city and how it's growing at this point?
Uh, really, everybody needs to start rapping about what they doing in songs, and everybody needs to start killing each other. It's that simple. It's really all I got to say. Like music jumping down there, a lot of shit going on, but everybody got to just stop popping each other right now. Like it's too much shit going on.
You talk about just in Houston in general.
Shit, Houston and Atlanta. Oh, I thought you were speaking on Atlanta. My bad. But
Oh,
Houston
okay.
too. Yeah, Houston too. Crazy.
Now, what about in terms of the music industry in the city? How are you feeling like building it? Like, do you feel like it's building? Do you feel like it's going somewhere? Do you feel like it's stagnant? What are your feelings on just the industry so far?
I love the music industry in Houston because I'm actually around it. Like I see the artists that's really, putting in work, time, and dedication. Hell, I'll be working with most of them. You feel me? But it's just a point. Like you also see who hungry and who want it, and who willing to put it all on the line for this shit. It's not too many artists that will do that. And the ones that do shit, I go hard and vouch for them artists and take the extra mile. Like it's not a game. Like this is do or die every day. Some people don't look at it like.
Hmm. Who are some of the artists that you? I mean, include your own label. Who are some of the artists that you look at when you're talking about building up stuff here in Houston?
Shit, man. I'm gonna just say a couple artists that I just be tapping in with. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Of course, Troop BP. You feel me? Shout out to the whole Troop gang. You know, the Shout out Sniffy, shout out the whole Sold Out. The boys working with Empire, they put in their work. Also, shoot, my team been working, so shout out the whole CWCMF camp, me especially, because I'm hell of a drive. Shout out RDMP, aka K Dot, his whole team working. He got a dope artist named Smiley, killing it. They got a lot of stuff going over there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dope DJs out here. Shout out my guy Yams. Shout out DJ Sauce Park on the south side, man. You feel me? The hogs out there working and stuff like that. Lacey and Nico, some dope female artists. You feel me? Paris,
Mhm.
talking artists in San Antonio. Blanco, artists we talking about in Atlanta. I mean, we could do this all day, man. Like, I just like for real. Like I think I have to tap in with so many artists every day. Like we really be doing this like forever. But
So what advice would you give to an artist that wants to tap in with you?
first off, they can set up a consultation because I guarantee everything I drop is gonna get you to where you're trying to get branded the right way to get you a bag, get your accounts monetized so you can get bread. I'm living proof of that. I do get paid for Instagram and more, for the work that I put in. You know what I mean? Because I know some people be wanting other receipts and stuff like that. So I got the receipts to back it up. Also, in that consultation, let's talk about game planning and what we can help you do with your brand and more. Like that's what I'm really about. Like helping networking and building the brand from ground up. Like a lot of people don't know how to do that the right way. So it's like let me help you yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with it. You feel me? Like you never know what this will do for you.
That's true. Some people, I mean, you need help, so it's always good to have somebody that can help you. Like, what is it like for you? How do you balance being a player coach?
I mean, it's not really coaching in me because I would want somebody to tell me the same shit.
Mm.
A lot of people be thinking this shit is coaching. How I'm gonna coach somebody when I gotta learn this just like you? People don't look at it. You might know something I can learn from even from me teaching you something. But people don't be looking at things like that. People automatically be trying to make something out of nothing. Like if you really think about it, a lot of this times it's a disagreement. Like it's always a solution in a disagreement. It's just people want to know it. So you gotta look at everything the same. Like if I'm sitting in here like, okay, I can make this happen. Why would I not? Like that's no different than me connecting the dots. Like somebody that can help somebody and put them on do that. Like why would you not do that? Like are plug them in the right way. Like you gotta do that shit sometimes. Your lessons come back from lessons early. Like just like I spoke about earlier.
And I guess that's one of the things we wanted to talk to you about as well, because like even you call yourself not just an artist, but also an A&R, which is a term that people don't use a lot in the industry anymore, but it's an important position that doesn't get used enough. Talk about what A&R means to you and the importance of it in this industry.
Well, A&R is artist and repertoire. That's pretty much like I hate to say it like this, but I always say this every time I'm having a meeting or I'm talking about this to somebody. Like I'm not babysitting the artist, but I'm pretty much step by step going through the process with them every day. If that studio session, we locking in, creative suggestions and thoughts to, what I'm saying, to musical process or, different singles of that nature. So, they get the right constructive criticism when you're doing the song and, making sure certain things sound right or, setting up PR runs and media runs and different things of that nature and, getting linked to the radio or shows and more things of that nature. Like A&R is not your manager, but at the same time, it's damn near like a business partner. They got to make sure you connecting all the dots the right way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'm supposed to find out and do hot talent and bring them to the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? A lot of A&Rs like to wait until you on already, but I be damn near on the way before it even get to that point. Or so
And I
that's
think
pretty.
that's one of the biggest things too, where it's like, with the advent of the internet, a lot of A&Rs are literally just waiting until you've pretty much built yourself up into who you are, and then they just say, "Oh, well, here I got you now," and they don't have to do anything.
Discovered
When is it? What is it that you see in an artist that makes you want to be like, all right, I need to A&R this person? And when should, in your eyes, artists be looking for avenues like or positions like an A&R? Like, okay, now I'm ready and I need this.
I mean, honestly, it never hurts to never not have an A&R. Why would you not want 24/7 constructive criticism and somebody that can really help you do the right things to get you to the industry or close to where you can make yourself a priority in the industry in the right way? Like when pretty much artists that get A&R, that's when you know you want to take your shit seriously. Like of course, you can do it by yourself all day, but you gotta have a camp. You gotta have a team. You know what I'm saying? You can do it alone, but at the same time, it's not gonna be the same or effective as if you have a whole conglomerate. So it's like once again, you can play with it or you can take it as serious as possible. I'm not doing it.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Tell tell us about tell us about your agency and the
Man,
agency and the services that it offers.
CWCMF, man, I've been running the brand for about 2 to 3 years. You feel me? I also, do promotions, networking, and marketing. You know what I'm saying? For above average studios, more. Also done work for sold out distribution studios, and we pretty much provide and marketing services, everything that I pretty much been talking about all night. You know what I'm saying? To whatever artist, brand, business that need it. You know what I'm saying? Like we just trying to get the work in and do credible work and quality work. So we can keep helping people out here in general. That's really what I can give about that. Yeah.
Now, when it comes, oh no, go ahead, continue.
I don't know.
No, I was gonna say when it comes to like as an agency, are y'all only looking at hip hop, or are y'all looking at just different genres? What is the type of music y'all are looking at?
Honestly, everything. Like, I'm not one of those people that just because I'm not my normal type of music or genre, like, we're not going to take a listen to it or try something different. Like, we always want to, do something new, and that's not the same. So, I might want to listen to something I ain't never heard before I listen to things that I'm used to. You feel me? Like, you get tired of hearing the same stuff all the time. So, why not just switch it up? Like, or try to find something different. That's what people be looking for nowadays. You feel me? That's why a lot of these country songs blew up. Some certain artists doing different things in different genres. This big Drake fiasco fucking going on all because he did house music because people are not used to that. And that's what it is. That's why it's such a crazy thing. When some people in this world, that's their normal music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You described yourself as a Drake fan. What were your feelings when you first heard the album?
I mean, cool. Like that's not my favorite artist, but I support the music and catalog. Like it's something different for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he just been getting better quality music and more commercial music. Like you said, selling catalog, licensing. Like that does sound like that'd be all over Netflix and movies and all that, but that's not no Drake album up in my car. That's all I'm saying.
There is something good to be said about when artists do try to push the envelope, because I do remember distinctly Kanye West and 808 and Heartbreak, because when that album dropped, people was like, what the hell is going on? And then 2 weeks later, everybody was doing 808 and Heart. Hell, we wouldn't have Drake without 808 and Heartbreak. So I'm like, you never know. You never know what can happen with this Drake album. I'm surprised. I mean, the change, the shift of music. So I mean, to your point, I see there's good things that can come out of it, because, you know, like you were stating, hey, you're just not used to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, that you have that ear to be able to hear something that can be marketable.
Definitely.
What are some of the things that you guys have on the horizons coming out from the agency and the label?
Honestly, we're gonna have a couple new segments called Above It. You feel me? Above It All. You know what I'm saying? We finna like just push artists on the platforms and do something different, you know, besides just putting a mic anywhere and just, you know what I'm saying, dropping the freestyle like everybody doing. Like we trying to be more creative than that. And new podcasts up the sleeve. We got a lot of things coming in motion. Music, it's a lot of music finna come. Just know that a lot of videos too.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's what to look forward to. Documentary. I've been working on mine for about a year or two. Of course, the camp working on there. And that's in the process now. So I can be on the lookout for that. We just waiting to see what's going on from there, man. Like we just really putting in work and networking. And shows, so you know, got a couple of shows coming up. Possibly a tour. I ain't going on shit.
Like
Now,
Something on the scene.
Now, when you are setting up, and this kind of goes back to what my brother was saying earlier, talking about the player coach, but you're like, you know, why wouldn't you want to help out? How do you strike a balance between you yourself being an artist and then the business side of things, not just for yourself, but talking about for other people? Like, how do you balance that out and say, like, you know, hey, I want to be selfish and lean more towards this artist side, or hey, like, you know, I got to make sure everybody else is taken care of.
Cause to be honest, like I'ma always get the job done what I have to do. That's the thing. No matter if I even gotta get stuff done for me, you know what I'm saying? That's all that really is. Like a lot of people be trying to make excuses. Like, nah, I'm gonna get the work done. It don't matter what you need me to do. If you come to me right now, need some services, whatever, I'ma still do that and get done what I need to get done too. That's probably why I don't go in there. That's why I don't leave until like 3. 1, you gotta put that work in.
Nah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
That's good. That's good. Hey, Ace, where can they find you at? Where can the listeners find you?
Honestly, right now, I dropped a video not long ago. You can find me on YouTube right now. It's a couple things on major platforms, but not that much. Just enough. Other than that, like that's where you can find me right now until the new stuff drop with the rebrand.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
So you're gonna do a rebrand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have
Yeah,
you
I'm
that too.
drop Ace Cain and just go to Cain, Cain.
Okay, Cain. All right. All right. I like that. So, Cain, another thing. Where can they find you on social media then?
Oh man, on Instagram, man. If you ain't following Cain versus the world, man, CAINVSTHE world, man, you don't know what's going on, man. You gotta tap in. We got a lot of stuff jumping on there. A lot more content coming. Twitter Ace versus McCain, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get a whole nother Twitter, man. That must be getting hacked a lot. Half the time that ain't be me, man, because I be on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, follow me on TikTok at the real Ace McCann. And we got a lot of stuff on TikTok and Instagram.
All right, you heard it here first. You can find him everywhere. that you need to find him at. We want to thank you once again for staying in and coming out at the same time, since we're doing this on Zoom and being a part of In My Humble Opinion podcast. Once again, I'm one of your hosts, Avery, like a very nice guy, the Avery. There's my brother over there, Just Devon. And we're In My Humble Opinion podcast. Tell a friend, tell somebody about this podcast. If you're listening on digital, whatever you're listening on, whatever you're listening on, tell somebody about it. If you're on YouTube, hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you're hearing this voice, tell somebody, like it. Be in the comment section. It's just one thing that you can do to help this podcast keep growing. Humbly yours. In My Humble Opinion podcast, H-Town is too sweet. H-Town is too